Hello, my name is Hemingway Jones. Today I'd like to share with you 5 fountain pens that I feel are better than the mighty Montblanc 149. So join me today, won't you, as I take on this shocking and controversial topic. So before we begin, a quick rundown on the Montblanc 149. This is, of course, the flagship fountain pen from the House of Montblanc. It is a very girthy fountain pen, torpedo shaped, absolutely gorgeous, with an amazing 18-karat gold nib that's very expressive and reliable. These pens are known for always writing when you need them to, for having an integrated piston fill system, for just being beautiful icons within the fountain pen world. So how could it possibly be that there are any fountain pens better? Well, there certainly are. So let's get into our first pick, and some of these, trust me, you will not believe. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So Montblanc, of course, is a German company, so we should provide a German competitor first out of the gate. Today, I offer to you the Pelikan M1000. Ah, what a beautiful fountain pen. Similar in its stature, in its girth, in its size. This is a very large, demonstrative, bold fountain pen, often with that really confident striped barrel, which sadly is no longer translucent, so you can't see the ink level. But if you get one from a few years ago, you can get that, and it's a very interesting way to show your ink level within this incredibly impressive and beautiful pen. This pen also has an incredibly expressive, interesting nib that is oversized and gloriously so. If you're going to get a gold nib, get one that offers you something interesting, and this Pelikan M1000 certainly does. It's not really a flex nib, but it's an interesting nib, and it's fun to write with. It's expressive. I sometimes say that it might not be the best everyday pen, but why not? Be bold, be an individual, use these kind of pens as much as possible. I do enjoy signing my name with this pen. It is such a fun thing to do, especially at my office, because that ink flow is so luscious, so lush, and so fulfilling. It just never lets you down. I've never had a false start. And this pen has that kind of impressive boardroom stature, similar to the Montblanc. And where it's better is that it's less expensive. You can get one of these for around $800 as opposed to the $1,055 US that Montblanc is selling their flagship for at the time of the filming of this video. And Montblanc never goes on sale, and Pelikan sometimes does. Pelikan also has excellent nibs, and they have a fairly reliable QC record, which is also very nice. But as always, buy these expensive pens from reputable sellers so that you can work out any issue that may arise. So the Pelikan M1000 is just a similar, bold, fantastically beautiful fountain pen. And if I'm going to sneak another one in there, I would also offer the Pelikan M800, which is a smaller version, but not much smaller. Still a very confident, beautiful, expressive, incredible gold nib, full-size fountain pen that I'm sure you would absolutely love. These pens may not have the cachet that Montblanc does, but cachet is only in the imagination. When you compare these as pens side by side, they are every bit as deserving all the attention, brand recognition, and the incredible writing experience as Montblanc. So in my humble opinion, these two picks from Pelikan are indeed better than the Montblanc 149. Shocking, I know, and we have hardly even begun. My next pick might be out of left field, but you know what? Let's go to left field. We need to bring in more interesting ideas. We're looking for more unique writers. confident people that choose pens because they inspire them and not because there's some perception that this is the fountain pen to own. So which pen am I bringing in? The Waterman Carène. Why? Because this fountain pen is simply amazing. Now, not only does it have a beautiful lacquer body with gold-plated trim, it's also an incredible writer with a unique inlaid nib that I absolutely adore. The lines of this fountain pen look quite a bit like a mid-century Chris Craft wooden powerboat, which I love. Anything that references mid-century items or Art Deco themes, I am instantly on board, if you excuse the pun. And this fountain pen is nothing short of amazing. And not only is it amazing, but it's amazing at $200 US. Astounding. For a fountain pen that's made in France, that is very gorgeous. It has a cartridge converter system, so it doesn't have that integrated piston fill that the Montblanc does. It would be kind of neat if they ever made a piston fill version, but nevertheless, this flagship fountain pen from Waterman is incredible. And when you put that $200 out, you are getting a fountain pen that is every bit as equal as some of these heavy hitters above $750 plus. So why not? Why not own a pen that for $200 gives you all that satisfaction and the knowledge of knowing that you made a fantastic choice, not because it has a glacier star on it, but because this is an incredible French pen that writes amazing, that is elegant, expressive, that looks beautiful, has an incredible nib, and is from a very old brand in Waterman. Fantastic fountain pens. This one is a stunner and every bit as good a writer as the Montblanc 149. So be an individual, be bold, write with a Waterman Carène. I love this pen. I bet you thought I was going to say the Waterman Edson, right? I bet you were. I could have. So my next choice comes from Italy. And we are not confining ourselves to Europe in this list, so don't worry about that. But this one comes from the gorgeous city of Florence, Firenze, and the House of Visconti. Yes, I am talking about the Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Age. This fountain pen, in my opinion, is demonstrably better than the Montblanc 149 in many ways. In fact, I did a whole video on this. I'll put a link in the description. And I think I made a very compelling case how the Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Age is a better pen than the Montblanc 149. I will sum it up here. First off, you get an amazing material. You get some igneous rock mixed with some resin in a very interesting way to get a very hearty and strong material that feels very tactile, that's supposed to be hygroscopic and absorb some of the moisture from your hands, and is supposed to be virtually indestructible. But as I've said before, I have no desire to test this. But I do love this material. I love that mine hasn't scratched in the 2 years that I've owned it, that it feels so tactile and interesting to my hand. It also has an amazing fill system with this power vac system. It's just absolutely amazing. It fills the pen up quickly and confidently. It has a hook safe lock on the cap, which is also brilliant. I love the almost Greek meander style decoration in the grooves. That's very nice. There is a lot to like about this pen. Of course, the clip's gentle arch references Ponte Vecchio in Florence, which I was recently on, and I was thinking about that fountain pen while I was. And this is just a gorgeous fountain pen. Now, there is a big asterisk as there often is, there's a caveat to this fountain pen, and I have to say it because the QC issues with Visconti are still very much an issue. So please reach out to your pen seller and talk about this pen and make sure that you get a good one. So you don't want any issues if you're going to be unboxing a $1,000 pen. You want it to write magnificently out of the gate. And this Visconti Homo Sapiens is a stunner, an interesting fountain pen, probably lighter than you expect, but a very hearty pen that's going to last you for the rest of your life. And I would submit that if you go point by point, it is a better pen than the Montblanc 149. Shocking. This is a shocking list. I'm enjoying this. Our next choice is an amazing pen. I'm so excited to offer this. I think it needs to be elevated to the level of a Montblanc 149 and at a third of its price. I am talking about a fountain pen that comes from what some people say is the most civilized country on planet Earth, and this is the Pilot Custom 823. Did you know this was coming? If so, let me know in the comments. But geez, let's be honest here. What a pen. This is a very unique and beautiful fountain pen with an absolutely amazing nib. It's amazing that Pilot can produce this nib for, $300 plus US dollars at the time of filming. Absolutely amazing. And of course you get a vac fill system, which works fantastically. It does have some issues of its own. It's not very pleasant to clean a vac fill system, but the piston fill system in the Montblanc 149 is probably the same way. It could be really dirty in there, but you'll never know because you can't see it. Well, with the Pilot Custom 823, especially with the transparent model, you can see it. But that's one of the beautiful things about this pen. It's transparent, yet still beautiful. Everything is there for you to see, and in some cases you don't want to see under the hood. But here it's beautifully done. It's elegant. It is just all integrated fantastically to give you this amazing writing experience from one of my favorite pen producers. And this nib, it sings on paper. It slides along in glorious song. It writes a fantastic line. It's never skipped. It's never had a problem. It is just absolutely amazing on the page. It gives you some sense of the texture of the paper that you're writing on without sacrificing even a little tiny minutia of the smoothness that you expect in a luxury fountain pen. And you're getting luxury at a very relatively affordable, I'd say probably aspirational price. But as I've said on this channel many times before, and I'm sure I will say many times again, once you own the Pilot Custom 823, you don't need to buy another pen again. You may choose to, but you don't have to. This fountain pen is that good, and it's under the radar. There's nothing on it that screams what it is. It's a pen. It's a lovely, integrated, beautiful writing instrument that will allow you to express your best thoughts without distracting you with its cachet or with any sort of impediment to just writing perfectly. I adore the Pilot Custom 823, and I will elevate it today as better than the Montblanc 149 on the basis of its cost, of its consistent quality, of the few QC issues that we hear on that unique and amazing nib, and that's what you're paying for often. If you want a gold nib, it should do something different for you. This one does. It is tuned perfectly like a fine sports car. So I adore the PC 823, and I am happy today to offer it as one of the fountain pens that are better than the Montblanc 149. Am I making my case? Let me know in the comments. My next choice is technically number 5, but this is a Hemingway Jones channel, and evidently I can't count because my last choice is coming next. So this choice, maybe it's a bit of a cheat, but I'm okay with it. It's my channel. I can make these calls. This is the Montblanc 146. I personally think the Montblanc 146 may very well be better than the 149. Why is that? Well, it's less money. That's a big deal. But not only that, I feel like it is proportioned to appeal to more people. This pen fits in more hands. It is a little bit more elegant, a little bit more streamlined, and to me, it has the perfect proportions. In crafting the perfect fountain pen for me, this pen really comes close. It just has a perfect proportion. The girth is perfect for my hand. I love the sizing. I love just about everything about this pen. And in fact, I kind of want another one. Mine has a flex nib, and I really want a regular nib as well. It's just a brilliant pen. It has a piston fill system that's identical to the Montblanc 149, and many of us feel like we need to have the 149, but if you have the 146, why bother? I honestly think if you get the 149, you'll probably get the 146 anyway. It's more of an everyday pen. It has the same perfect, just classic and traditional and beautiful styling, all that gold, the black, lovely. Love this pen. Fantastic, well-balanced writer. Fantastic. So why go 149, spend that extra money, when for a whole lot less, you can get the Montblanc 146. I personally think it's better than the 149. Shocking, I know. I've offered a lot of German pens on this list, and I'm going to do it again. So this is my final pick. This is the one that I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism for in the comments, but I'm prepared for it, and I feel like I have a very strong argument. You might think I'm mad, but I am offering as a fountain pen that's better than the Montblanc 149, the Lamy Safari. Okay, all right, take it easy now. Whoa. Sincerely, the Lamy Safari is about $35 US. And with that, you get a pen that has a unique and interesting design. It's just an amazing fountain pen that goes back until the early 1980s. It's classic. It's beautiful. And I love the lines, how it's rounded and cut. I really feel that Wolfgang Fabian did a fantastic job of making this pen what it is today. And I think what makes it better than the Montblanc 149 is when you remove all this idea that you need to spend a fortune for a fountain pen to have an amazing writing experience, and instead you ask yourself, what does the Montblanc give me? It gives me a classic design, an incredible nib, and a pen that is well known, recognized throughout the world. Well, you get that same thing with the Lamy Safari. It's often used in media. You see it in a lot of videos and television shows. It is a pen that just signals that you appreciate great design, that maybe you're a bit of a forward thinker, a little less traditional, and you like objects that are interesting and influenced by mid-century modern lines. It is also a pen with an incredible nib that can be replaced and comes in all sorts of different sizes, including their absolutely brilliant calligraphy nib, which I use all the time. I just love Lamy nibs. I love how easy these fountain pens are to field strip. Try that with your Montblanc 149. I also love that you can get one of these in virtually any color you like, so you can express yourself with it. So in a lot of ways, this pen matches the Montblanc 149 and does it for $35. To me, that's better. If I'm going to a pen show and someone has a Lamy Safari, that's the person I want to talk to. I love that kind of confidence. I love that kind of surety that what they're looking for is expressed in a less expensive pen. It's not about how much gold we have on these things. It's about who we are, how we write, and what this pen says about us, which would actually be a very interesting video. I'll have to do that one next. So I do offer the Lamy Safari as a pick for a pen that's better than the Montblanc 149. Let me quickly run through some runner-ups too. Yes, the Waterman Edison. I did think of that, and there are a few other vintage pens that I thought of as well, but I wanted to make this more easily accessible pens. Another one I thought of was the Cartier Diablo. Now that's also a little bit of a cheat because I am like 95% sure that their nibs are made by Montblanc. But the decorative details on these pens are so pretty. I mean, I have the Chinese lacquer one. Oh, it's amazing. Considering that it was about the same price, I think I would have gone with the Cartier. Plus, I love Cartier. So, there you have it. How shocking was my list? Am I completely out of my mind? Please let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, let me know that too. A little positive feedback's nice. Keeps me motivated, so I'd appreciate that. And also, if you've reached this point, please consider subscribing to this channel. I do lists, I do all sorts of stuff, so come along on this journey with me. And if you really want to support the channel, become a member. We have a pen pal group for Cognoscenti and Illuminati members, and we have a lot of fun behind the scenes, so I'd love to see you there. So I make new videos all the time, and I have a live show as well, so I can promise you, we will see each other again further up the road, but perhaps not in a Montblanc boutique. I might not be welcome there, but we'll see. So take care of yourself, and thanks for watching.